I used to smoke a lot of weed and sit back and because it's echoing.
Out of body experience.
But I used to sit back and smoke a lot of weed and don't even play the game on San Andreas on PlayStation 3. Just sit back, drive, and put it on. Yeah. It was either I think it was KDST. And the other radio station had Belle Biv DeVoe. It had like all the 90s joints. Yeah. Just roll one up and just sit back and just be driving on the game. And the girls I'd be thinking like, what are you doing? Nothing. Cruising. Cruising. Like, what do you mean, what am I doing? You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But, who's ready to do some podding? We ready to do some podding. I'm ready to do some podding.
So you already edited both of them? They basically
mostly. The first one's definitely ready to go. I still got to fix the music, and I'm thinking about not even doing the music stuff. I'm thinking about
what's the first one sound like? Can you pull it up?
It still sounds pretty much the same. Like it was pretty much done.
Oh, okay.
Like it's the thing about editing the podcast is nothing. You just make sure you there. All right. So I just was real quiet and get that silence in there. I clipped that. It recognizes the background noise in it. And then I go back in and highlight the whole track. And it takes out all the background noise. So that way it don't have the air conditioner going or whatever's going on in the background. That you know how silence can be loud. Like it takes all that out. Right. Then after you do that, you put in, you normalize it.
What's that mean?
Basically, when you normalize it, it sets everything up to make sure it doesn't peak. And everything sounds the same. So, like, if I'm backed up from the mic, it raises the volume. And when I'm close to the mic, it lowers the volume all to the same. Right. You normalize it. And then I could do a few other things, but it's not music. This is just voice. Yeah. It's all spoken word or acoustic. So, yeah, it's real simple. And then also, I got to make sure I'm not echoing in the microphone. That's why I try to sit back about this far. Because when I get too close, it echoes. I haven't figured out exactly how to change that yet. And honestly, I really don't need the headphones. It just makes me feel like I'm doing something. All right. Once we start investing into this more, the goal is to get a MacBook and use GarageBand and Pro Tools, and then we can have it sounding professional. But income tax came in.
What the MacBooks looking like?
MacBook, you talking about 1,500 bun or higher?
Oh, so that's a real deal.
Yeah, MacBooks ain't no joke, man. They are specially made for content. Honestly, like when it comes to graphics, music, pictures. You can't beat a Mac. Right. I mean, you can use a Windows. It'll suffice. Right. But if you want it to be pristine, you know, you get a Mac. All right. So, and we're going to end up cutting this first few minutes out. Welcome to the Shakespeare 101 podcast. I'm your host, Leonidas Da Vinci. Sitting here with my co-host,
Yusuf, a.k.a. Buddy B. Jock,
a.k.a. Young Stally. We also have his wife in the background, just in case you might hear a laugh or something. You know, we funny sometimes. My wife's not here yet. Hopefully she brings some Mr. Kebabs. We need some of that good hummus. So this episode, we pretty much freestyling. This is our third episode. Inshallah. All three episodes jumping off from jump because we need them comments. We need that feedback because this is not, shall you say, a podcast of rants. Like this is built for the listeners. And if ain't nobody listening, nigga, then what are we doing this for? You feel me? So we're going to go ahead and put this bad boy out. get it started. Like I said before, any comments, concerns, questions, and smoke. I want all the smoke. Let you know, I want all the smoke. Like I said before, though, since you're on my platform, if I don't like what you're saying, I just delete it, or I just go on a rant. Like, this is what this is. This is what this is for. But we were doing a little pre-production and trying to figure out like what we wanted to talk about. And I told him I came across a video from a YouTube channel called Islamic Pulse, and it was talking about the Islamophobia and how the Islamophobes use their propaganda to scare people with negative and incorrect information. And honestly, it was a lot of stuff that I already knew about, but other people don't know about. It's crazy that the same tactics that they use with Islamophobia is the same tactics that they use for anything else that they want people to fear. You talking to a man that's 37 years old, like before Islamophobia, before it was real big in the news, it was just honestly like the black men in general in disenfranchised neighborhoods. And the same methodology they use for that, they're using it for Islamophobia. And I'll be completely honest, like, if you live here in America and you're scared of terrorists, your attention is in the wrong. Your attention span or your focus is in the wrong area. What you need to be scared of is these right-wing white boys. Because in the past 10 years, honestly, not in the past, since 9/11, they've killed more American people, innocent American people, in mass shootings and mass killings than any other group. And I was thinking about this today. It's like somebody could say, well, what about black boys in the hood? If you live in that lifestyle, that's just what comes with it.
All right.
We're talking about theologically motivated killings.
Right.
What happens in the hood is not backed by religious doctrine. Niggas is just doing what niggas do. And that's just, if you live that lifestyle, that's what comes with it. So you can't put that in this equation. But if you are watching videos that try to say Islam equals terrorism, or Ben Shapiro's thing was, not all Muslims are terrorists. However, radicalism isn't only put in the box of terrorism. So anything outside, anything that encompasses a radical mind state or a radical belief, you should be afraid of. I'm putting this in, like, I guess, I'm paraphrasing. So basically, what Islamophobia is doing is, it's saying, hey, they might not be radical, but they have radical beliefs. So that one or two Muslims that the uneducated person knows, he starts to suspect. They look at them suspiciously. Because what if he is? Or what if she is? What if they... And the biggest thing they use is Sharia law, which America people, what is Sharia law? Honestly. We throw that word around like this, but if you're not studying Sharia law, can you really speak on it?
That's true.
Fiqh is totally different than Sharia law. Sharia law should be left to those who want to study it, and it takes years of study. And his thing was, well, I think it was he's in Indonesia, who has the biggest Muslim population in the world. almost 80% want Sharia law for all the countries and all the governments around the world. Okay, what is Sharia law though? Don't say it's just the stoning of women and homosexuality and all. What is Sharia law? You got to ask yourself that. Not just because Ben Shapiro says and they use. I can go into the Old Testament and pull some stuff out that just is violent. Because the Old Testament's wild, wild west, my G. Allah wasn't playing in the Old Testament. Mm. If you ever read the Old Testament, Allah wasn't playing in the Old Testament. Oh, you ain't gonna listen? Dead. Kill them all. Done. I'm being honest. When Moses was during their Exodus, when he was taking the children of Israel to the Promised Land, there was a lot of times where Allah told Moses, "Go in, kill all the men, capture the women and children." There was some of them, he was like, kill everybody. Everything must die. Everything. Even the livestock. Kill it all. They don't want to tell you about that.
This is in the Old Testament?
Fam, I told you, you got to read the Bible from cover to back. Read the whole thing.
Well, I don't got a Bible.
You should have one. Just because, let me, also, Muslim brothers and sisters.
It's just because I ain't got one.
It's good to read that because you see, it will show you why the Quran was revealed. If you read the Bible and then read the Quran, it makes perfect sense. One without the other is like peanut butter without jelly. You feel what I'm saying? Like you got to have both of them to make the perfect sandwich.
I got you.
Jelly sandwich by itself, it's good. Peanut butter sandwich by itself, it's pretty damn good. But put them both of them together, it's a harmony.
Peanut butter be dry. Bread. I had peanut butter and bread.
Man, I will smash some peanut butter. I take some peanut butter crackers and just go nuts.
But yeah, you know what I'm saying? I can read it. Like, I ain't sweating it. I'm not a big reader though. You know what I'm saying? And I was talking to her about this earlier. Like, I appreciate knowledge. I appreciate learning. Like, I want to learn. I want to gain knowledge, of course. You know what I'm saying? But as far as reading goes, bro, I lose focus. I either fall asleep. Like, I don't know. Like, I don't know what it is, bro.
It's a mind state, man. It's what are you going in for? You know what I'm saying? Like, what is your purpose? It's like with anything. Like, when you go into it, what are you going into it for? Also, you get out what you put in. If you put in the intention and the attention to gain something, you're going to get a lot out of it. If you just read it just to be reading it, you're not going to get shit from it. That's just how it is.
Did you just think of that just now? Intention and attention?
Yeah, I told you I'm freestyling, fam.
Drop that hot,
fam.
Man, it's getting hot in here.
Just out here freestyle. I mean, because I used to read a lot. I don't read as much as I used to. But reading, I mean, it's imperative in this deen. As well as imperative in anything that you want to learn if you want to get further. Because when you read and you take it in, it's easy in the process. Watching a video, it can be misleading, especially when you have someone who's charismatic, either narrating or guiding the video. Because I was watching the video today and was talking about Ben Shapiro. A lot of the main reason why a lot of people believe what he says is because he's very well spoken, clean cut guy, and he knows how to use his voice. I mean, it's just like the Christian church. A lot of times preachers ain't saying nothing. It's how they saying it. We are gathered here today by the Almighty God. That's right. You know, it's how it's delivered. Yeah. That's just like music. We was talking about this last podcast. We was talking about Biggie versus Tupac. A lot of times, things Biggie said, it wasn't nothing. The more I smoke, the smaller the Philly get. that he ain't really said that's how he said it. That damn, that shit was hard. So you really said that? Yeah, the more I smoke, the smaller the Philly does get. You feel me? I'm being honest, man.
Yeah.
Cameron said he has computers putin. Is how he said it. You know, it's about how it's delivered. And if you can wrap up a nightmare and make it look like a dream, and when somebody open it, fuck their life up. I mean, look at Trump. A lot of us recognize it as a nightmare, but for some people, they say, "Oh, I love Trump." Now he's in office. He ain't did nothing but play golf and duck the law.
Trump.
And say, believe me, believe me, believe me. I'm the best. Believe me. I'm not saying I'm the best, but I'm the best. Believe me. Yeah, I don't know, man. This is a pivotal time for us in the Dean, man. This is the time that and I don't know because I just worked 12 hours, y'all. Y'all got to excuse it, but I don't know if it's a hadith or a verse in the Quran, but it talks about holding on to the Deen like holding on to a hot coal.
They said that was his time.
This is my belief is that's this in our times and what we live in today. That's what it is like, especially in America.
This is America.
You know, especially in America, especially when you're not Arab, what they think you should be. Because your average American believes Muslims just to be Arab. Because that's what the news pretty much only shows. I mean, if you ever, that's what I told you, you need to watch the news, brother. I'm trying to tell you. Whenever you watch a video of them talking about Islam, it's usually either Pakistan or somewhere in Saudi Arabia. They don't show Indonesia. They don't show China. They just started showing the UK. And the only reason why the UK is Islam is the biggest enemy is because, I mean, the powers that be is the reason why it's like that. You got refugees that try to get out of these regimes, out of this Zionist takeover where they pretty much exterminating any Muslim or any Arab. I mean, it's not even Muslim, it's any Arab. Because they want their land over there. They just named Jerusalem the capital of Palestine, which that's a whole other podcast. It's a podcast, honestly, I probably wouldn't even put out because I won't live. And I want this podcast to go before it gets shut down. You don't talk about them niggas, man. They probably listening right now. Being honest, man. Being honest. There's certain wars, certain battles, and certain wars. Like it's not about being scared. It's about being smart. Like I ain't scared of dogs, but I ain't scared to jump over the fence across the street.
Yeah,
I know they got over it. That's a big nigga, and that's his shit. So I stand across the street, look at him while he bark at me, and tell myself, "Well, I ain't going over it."
Yeah.
Now he jump at fence. I don't know what I do. Probably run. Or kick the shit out of him. I don't know. But anyway, I'm going to go on a tangent. But yeah, man. And if you are, a new Muslim, a new convert, and I hate saying convert. I got to the point where I hate saying convert because all the first Muslims were converts.
Yeah.
All of them. Even Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Convert.
My thing is, all these people became Muslim, right? And then they be asking you, you know what I'm saying, when you convert nowadays. Oh, what's your Muslim name? Like, oh, what's a Muslim name? You know what I'm saying? Because all these people had these same names, but they weren't Muslim. So now they Muslim. Now these are Muslim names. I don't know.
I think that's to me, that's misinformed. And it's the part of having that zeal you get when you first convert. You know what I'm saying? Like, you want the world to know. Like, why not have a Muslim name and all it? The popular demand or the popular opinion is once you convert, you have to have a Muslim name, and that's not true. The only reason why Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam changed someone's name is if they had a name from the Jalaliya that promoted fear or was just an ugly name. Because some people do have ugly names, fam. Like, some people's names is just like, what?
What's an ugly name?
Beulah. That's an ugly ass name, fam. I mean, I could go off the head.
Beulah?
Yeah, Beulah. Why would you call your child Beulah? What's the other name that I think is real ugly? I can't even think of it right now.
Is it usually girls' names?
No, it's a male name that's like real ugly. Like, why would you name your Bartholomew is one of them. Bartholomew? What does that even mean, fam? Bartholomew.
Sounds familiar. I don't know.
But I just know in at that time of the Prophet, peace be upon him, there were some names that meant like sand spike or sand scorpion. Like, no, brother. Your name is Sadiq. Like,
oh man, yeah. What's your name?
What's your name?
What'd you say your name was?
No, Hamza. Your name's Hamza now. Get out of here. It's like when I was watching Bohemian Rhapsody and the dude's name was Jim Beach. And Freddie Mercury said, Beach? No. Beach. Your name is Miami. Miami Beach. No one's going to listen to Jimmy. No, Miami Beach. So it was names that were more approachable because especially as a Muslim in this world that's not dominated by Muslims, you need a name that's approachable. Even though I ain't gonna lie, some Muslims got some gangster names nowadays though.
Like what?
The Crown Prince of Saudi Arabia, they call him Abu Rasasa. You know what that means?
No.
Son of the bullet. Son of the bullet.
Ain't that? What's the difference between that and Scorpion King? Or what was
but
name?
He's not. You're not. I'm not saying he's Muslim. What I'm saying is that name is gangster.
He's a son of the bullet.
They call him Abu Rasasa. That strikes fear in. Abu Rasasa, straighten up out. That's gangster.
Maybe.
Son of the bullet.
Maybe extra.
Or the father of the bullet. I forgot Abu Ibn Go. Look, man, told you I ain't know. And that's another reason why I ain't get no name either. Because I ain't want to come up with no name that make no sense. I ain't want to come up with no name that disrespected the Prophet, peace be upon him. You know what I'm saying? And it was just like too much to think about. So I was like, you know what? Just call me Leon, fam. Like, that's what I was born as. And honestly, that's what Allah wanted me to be, I guess. Like, I didn't choose
Let me ask you this. So what about your last name? Would you change your last name?
I've thought about that.
Because, you know what I'm saying?
I've thought about that, but honestly, it's like, what's the point? Because
it's like you carrying the torch for, you know what I'm saying? So people you might not want to be carrying the torch for. That's how I be thinking.
I thought about that too, but it's also like, you know, excuse me. A name doesn't make you make the name. Honestly. Like Tupac would just be Tupac. He made it Tupac. I mean, I'm spitting bars over here, fam. Double entendres, don't ask me how.
That's different, his name being Tupac, than his name being, Johnson, or, you know what I'm saying, Elizabeth, or Green,
I mean,
whatever.
I know a lot of cats that have, like,
Jackson,
quote-unquote righteous names or quote-unquote woke names, and they some foul niggas.
I mean...
You know what I'm saying? Like, you make the name. The name don't make you. And that's just how it is. And it's also because I can't, if I was to change my name, I want the name of my ancestors. However, as an American, my blood has so many different ethnicities in it.
Why'd you make that face? You look like you was ready to throw hands.
Hey man, and that was in my face, man. I'm like, look.
You look like somebody changing up the score on you. Like, nah, bro, it's 8-4. What are you talking about? It's 10-10.
It was all in my face, G. Nah, but yeah, I got Irish in me.
For real?
Yeah, I got Irish in me
too. I got a couple
got some type of Southern European in me. Most of my ethnicity comes from Western Africa, which is like most of black people in America. But what part of Western Africa? You know what I'm saying? Like I would like to know exactly, like, if I was to do that, I want to trace it all the way back to the beginning. That costs a lot of money though. I ain't Nas. You know, Nas did that.
Is that what he did?
Yeah, Nas went. He got the money to do it though, but he traced his ancestry all the way back to the motherland. And like, if I had the money, yeah, but I don't have the money. And this is just, I play with the cards that are dealt me. You know what I'm saying? And honestly, Leon Bailey is not that bad of a name.
So what made you...
I'm definitely muting that out. Niggas don't need to know my last name.
The fans is watching. But no, like, what made you, like, go by the nickname Leonidas da Vinci?
It's because...
The Da Vinci Code, is that a movie or a book? It's both.
I told you before, I used to rhyme, right? And I went through so many monikers.
What's some of them?
Oh, man. It started out as the Almighty Swordsman because I was big in Wu-Tang. Then it moved into AI, Almighty Ill. Then it moved to Franklin Barnacles because I was into, like, pirates and shit, like, super crazy. You know what I'm saying? So instead of pirates. And it was also because, like, me and the guy I was running with, they used to call us the Barnacle Brothers. You know what I'm saying? So it's like Barnacles. And then it moved from there to Darkolepsy because someone was making a joke. We used to smoke and just, you know, talk shit about each other. And nigga said, he said, and it also it was also Truth Almighty Allah was also one of them. That was when I was in Nation of Gods and Earth. So they used to call me True. It's like, this nigga True so black. His color sound effect. He said, this nigga got Darkolepsy. I said, damn, it's a hard ass name, Darkolepsy. So I went to Donnie Darko, and then like a few years after 300, I found out what Leonidas meant. And Leonidas means son of the lion. Well, my father's name is Leon. So why not call me Leonidas? So I just King Leonidas. The Da Vinci came from me. I like to flip names. So I'm in a YouTube hole one day, in a Google hole. I fall into Google holes too, where I just have these ideas. I started looking shit up. Right. And I was looking at Leonardo da Vinci. And it's like Leonidas da Vinci. Oh, it sounds dope. Leonardo da Vinci, Leonidas da Vinci. Mm-hmm. I flipped the spelling, and then I just went with it. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And that's like one of my PlayStation tags is Leonidas da Vinci. Right. You know what I'm saying? And it was like dope to be playing on that. When I had that gamer tag before I got hacked, and they would be like, Da Vinci, what up? You know what I'm saying? Like, Da Vinci, now they call me King because it's King Leonidas. Right. So whenever I jump on, like, what's up, King? That's right. Because that's what I am. Fucking king out here, man. But
man, you comedy.
Yeah, but yeah, I mean, like Donnie Darko was one of them because I was into Donnie Darko. I was into the movie Donnie Darko, and like I said, name flipping, Don E, because one of my names was Ethos, so Don Ethos Darkolepsy. Don as in like Mafia Don, right. Ethos Darkolepsy, so it was like Donnie Darko. It was a Dark Vader or Darko Vader. Like I had all kinds of names, fam. So Leonidas da Vinci comes from that brainstorming, me just being bored one night and just writing shit on pieces of paper and just coming up with ideas.
So somebody hacked your gamer tag? Oh,
yeah, it's a long story. I was to make a long story less long, playing 2K, complained on Twitter about niggas who like to quit games before they lose and you catch your L2. Like, and yeah, that was on 2K, I think it was 17. Yeah, it was 2K17. You catch your L2 and I complained on Twitter. Thought I was talking to 2K support. Evidently, I wasn't. Because they sent me a DM talking about something. You want a pink diamond Magic Johnson? I'm like, yeah, I'll take a pink diamond Magic Johnson. Run this nigga a point and bash for it. So I gave him my gamer tag and all the email and all that, thinking that it was 2K support. It wasn't. I went to sleep. Woke up 3 hours later. Nigga stole all my cards. Like, it's a long story. So I changed the password. I'm waiting on 2K to give me my cards back. But you can, waiting on 2K support could take 2 weeks to a month. So I started a whole new gamer tag and started a whole new profile. And like 3.5 weeks later, they give me my cards back. But by then, I'm a grinder. So by then, I halfway got all my shit back. Right. And also, that was when I didn't know that my team on 2K was like a money pit. I ain't gonna lie, man. I spent a lot of money that year trying to, because I got caught up in my team. Like, it was fun. And now, like, I'll be damn. You didn't get none of my money. Nope.
Bro, it only takes that one time to get caught up. Like, oh, okay.
Nope.
I see how y'all running.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. If me getting my account hacked was actually good, because like the pack odds and that shit, it's all the trick knowledge. Because it's like, oh, open these packs and you have a chance of winning a Diamond Penny Hardaway. I'm like, oh, I need a Diamond Penny Hardaway on my team, fam. I'm like, I need it. So let me go ahead and spend this $20 real quick. It ain't gonna hurt. It's just $20. Right. Open packs. Don't get no Diamond Penny Hardaway. You get some good cards. You trade them off. Diamond Penny Hardaway stock on the MT is like 100,000, 200,000 MT points. Like, I ain't got that many. I spend another $10. Right. I spend another $5. And then you finally get it. Oh, I got him. Then the next week they got another card. I spend another $10 real quick. Before you know it, in a month, you done spent $50, $60. All right. On a game you already spent $60 on. Yeah. Like 2K. I got into the wrong business early in age. I should have went to 2K. I should have went to Take Two Interactive and just sat in the office and got niggas coffee until I got a spot, because they make bread over there. Yeah. But anyway, yeah. So that's where the name Leonidas da Vinci came from. Like I said, I thought about having a Muslim name. Like, I even text messaged the brothers at one time, and they told me, of course, Muhammad was like, you should name yourself Muhammad. I'm like, yeah, but everybody has Muhammad. What he talk? Everybody's name is Muhammad.
Yeah. Man. He's hilarious, man.
But
you gotta bring him back.
But that's funny, man. Jamal said Sadiq. A few other people said Sadiq. I liked Assad because it means lions, close to Leon. So I was thinking Assad or Sadiq, and then I was like, you know what? I'm not doing it, man. Like, there's a lot of things that if I had accepted Islam probably like 10 years early, I probably would have done. But I accepted Islam at 31. I'm like, what for, man? Like, this is...
You get to a point... Different levels, you're just like, oh, whatever.
Yeah, man, it's like it really means nothing. It really don't mean nothing. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of stuff, man, that it's just like, you know what? I'm not even gonna cross that threshold. Yeah. Allah gonna take me as I am anyway. You know what I'm saying? It's all about the intent, and I intend to be the best Muslim I could be. Especially after my ordeal with Nation of Gods and Nation of Islam, it taught me a lot about, you know what? All that other shit, some of that shit's superficial. Yeah. Some of that shit means nothing because I'm not in that field. You know what I'm saying? Because especially after Nation of Islam, don't you want to be an elite Muslim? What? What is an elite Muslim? Like, nigga, this ain't Dragon Ball Z. Like, I'm not trying to have a power level over 9,000. You know what I'm saying? Like, well, no, I just want to be a regular person. Like, I spent my whole life trying to be more than. You know what I'm saying? Right. I spent my whole life trying to be larger than life. All it does is cause a lot of anxiety, a lot of fuck-ups, and a lot of regrets. Mm. I'm trying to spend my last half of my life, which I assume is probably my last half of my life. I'm trying to spend it, like, as stress-free and carefree as possible and help as many people as I can. You know what I'm saying? And have good, clean fun. I had a lot of crazy fun. But that crazy fun is going to put me in the grave a whole lot faster or in jail. all that fast and I want to be, and I value my freedom. I mean, part of the reason why I got my life together was because I had to spend a weekend in a suicide tank for talking shit. And when I got out, I was like, you know what? I need to get my shit together. Straight up, man. Straight up. For real, man. Sometimes you have these moments of clarity in your life. It's like, look, man, we got to do something different.
This ain't it. This ain't it, coach. Run it back. No. Yep.
So, yeah. And, you know. So, what made you change yours to Yusuf?
Man. I went in there to take my shahada, and I came out as Yusuf. I don't even know what happened.
Somebody dubbed you.
Because I went up in there, and everybody kept asking me, what's your name? And I kept saying Frazier. But I don't really talk that clear because I had burst my eardrum when I was in 9th grade. So sometimes I mumble. I don't know. I'm not talking loud enough. And they're like, what? And I'm like, Frazier. They're like, Frazier? Oh, Frazier Prayer. I'm like, nah, my name is Frazier. Like Joe Frazier. I said, oh, Yusuf. And everybody started calling me Yusuf. And then next thing you know, I'm Yusuf hashtag everything. So I was like,
a lot did for you, what you couldn't do for yourself, huh? Yeah.
Yeah, I was just like, whatever, bro. I'm trying to be Muslim. What are y'all talking about?
Yeah. No, man. I got that question a lot. But I'll be like, I get a lot of questions. I'll be looking at people like, you waste your time thinking about that? Mm-hmm. The biggest thing for new Muslims is to get the basics down. You know how hard it is to get the basics down? Yeah. People worrying about Sharia law and just a whole bunch of halal and haram. Yeah, nigga, get your prayers together. You know how hard it is to get 5 prayers a day in America? I'm pretty sure it's gotten worse overseas. Yeah. But I know in America, it's go to your job and tell them at 1 o'clock you need to take a daughter prayer. Like you need that 15 minutes. They can look at you like, no, you need to work and get this money.
Yeah, I mean, it's like a lot of times when you become Muslim, man, sometimes people just hit you with so much that you just get overwhelmed.
Yeah.
They don't keep it simple in the beginning.
I'm just telling you, we're talking about like I'm 6 years into Shahada and I still struggle with making all 5 prayers a day.
I mean,
you know what I'm saying? So like,
tough.
I mean, but that's the first thing they did was establish the prayer.
Right.
Like I'm not worried too much about usury and
the gray areas.
All that stuff that really don't
superficial.
Like one of the first question you asked about in the Day of Judgment is your prayer. Why should I be worried about anything else? So that's the biggest thing I'm trying to establish is at least 3 of them a day, and that's hard enough to do. Especially the way the society is set up. Like some mornings you ain't making Fajr prayer. Not on time. You got to be working at 7, family. You just shit out of luck. You got to get across town and get parking spots, or you gonna be late.
Yeah, parking spots where you at is tough. That's tough.
You know what I'm saying? Like it's just how it is. So like a lot of stuff, and that's why this podcast is made. Like, don't worry yourself with some of that stuff, man. Do the best you can. Allah knows your heart.
Yeah, just try to get better.
You know. Oh, brother, you're not supposed to look, fam. Get away from me. I got to the point where I just knew when I came into the deen, like, you know what? I'm just gonna look at cats. I just give them a look, like, you don't get away from me.
That's funny, like.
I'm not with it.
Muhammad would be talking about that a lot sometimes too, about people coming up to him, telling him, "Oh, brother this, brother that." But I ain't never got it. I don't know.
I just think I don't know. I think some people will just feed off different personalities, or they think a certain way. Like for instance,
but I'm already talking.
When my wife went to her first Ramadan at the masjid. The women assumed that she had been in the deen for a while. And they also assumed that she was Syrian. Like, they didn't know she was white.
Yeah.
They just assumed that she was Syrian. For me, when I took Shahada, brothers already assumed that I was already Muslim. So when I did things, I guess I could wrong, they instantly wanted to check me on it.
Right.
Because they thought I had a certain knowledge. Excuse me, that I didn't have. And it's something also about being in America that makes you want to check niggas.
Yeah, it's the American way almost.
Unbeknownst to them, whether it is disrespectful or not. And also, you got to look at different cultures and different ethnicities. They don't mean nothing by it.
Right.
Because I know, I'll tell you like this, I love my African brothers, but it seems like they always are on 10. And they are super sincere. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But they always on 10. It's like, it seems like they're surprised at what you do. Brother, no. Like, no, brother, it's not like, and it's something I had to get used to. Like, the brother's not coming at me harsh.
He's
just,
coming at
that's
you.
just how he talks.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? He talks like he's on 10, all the time.
Like, who are you talking to, bro?
Yeah. And then you got some brothers that they just want to debate. Like, they just have that in them. They just want to debate. They want it, or they want people to know how much they know. When honestly, none of that matters.
Yeah.
None of it matters, dude. That's another reason why I had to stay away from some of the cats that I found out that was like Salafi. Like, look, fam, I'm not going to argue with you over none of this stuff. What you do is what you do. I'm still learning. I'm given a certain amount of time to figure this out and be comfortable and be able to do stuff consistently.
Yeah.
My biggest thing is doing things consistently. Like, I don't need to do everything right. It took me the longest just to get the voodoo right. Recommended. I didn't know there was 3 different types. You know what I'm saying? Well, this is what Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam did. That's sunnah. This is mandatory. That's what you find in the Quran when it comes to prayer. This is recommended. Like, it took a while to figure that out. So you don't get into a routine where it's just ritual. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can be mindful of what you're doing, because if you're not careful, you'll be doing these things and it's just like driving home from work. You get in the car, you go home, before you know you home, and you ain't seen no red light, no stop sign, nothing. It's like, how the hell did I get home already? It could be the same thing with the practice of your deen, or with anything you do. You know what I'm saying? The whole meaning behind it gets lost in translation because you get so used to doing things the same way over and over again. And honestly, I think that's the reason why our deen or our enthusiasm for the deen has ebbs and flows. Why we fall off and we get back on, and we fall off and we get back on. Part of it is to ask for forgiveness for Allah, but the other part of it, so it stays fresh. You get that fire up under you to do better again.
Yeah.
That's why Ramadans be so lit.
Yeah.
I don't know about anybody else, but I be lit for Ramadan. Oh yeah, we gonna get all 5 prayers in. We got to fast. After that week, like, you know what, fam? Whew, it's a lot of work.
That first week, bro, what time is it, bro? Like, yeah.
My thing for Ramadan is not getting up in the morning. I can get up, because I'm honestly, for years, we talking about probably 20 years now, I could sleep 4 or 5 hours a night. That's nothing. It's the getting through the day without eating or drinking. And it seems like during Ramadan, I get all kinds of free food offered, fam. It's almost like when I got clean and I didn't want to get high anymore, all kinds of dope just start popping up free. Like,
everybody's ready.
Niggas I didn't smoke with for years just pop up out of nowhere like, fam, you want to smoke this blunt? Like, nah, man, I'm cool. I'm trying to... All of a sudden, when like during Ramadan, I'd be sitting at work like, hey, you like chicken wings? I'm like, yeah, go fuck some wings up. Going to be like, oh, I'm fasting. You know what I'm saying? Or you forget, you take that first bite, like, oh, astaghfirullah. It's too late now. You gotta go ahead and finish the wings. Just don't eat no more. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't keep eating. But you gotta finish it. You don't waste the food. You might as well finish what you're doing. You know what I'm saying?
Sometimes I be
out of Ramadan, like today, I did a 12-hour shift, only ate once. I had 12 hours. And the only reason why I ate, because I wanted to eat early in the day, because I knew in the afternoon to get busy. But I was on 12 hours without eating. I don't know what it is. They say that there is a hadith, if I'm not mistaken, or it's just a saying that Shaitan is locked up during the month of Ramadan.
Right.
So when you fuck up, it's you.
It's you. It was all you, bro.
But it doesn't stop Shaitan from whispering from the cage like, "Hey, yo, Yusuf, hey, fam." You know, you see the movies where the prisoners in the jail cell behind the bars, and he's still talking shit to you. Yeah. That's how Shaitan be doing, man. You sitting here chilling, you ain't working, you sitting there chilling. It's like Shaitan's like, "Hey, I know you thirsty. You got that fresh water in the refrigerator, my G.
Just bought some orange juice
nice and cold, you know what I'm saying? Hey, you know you got them leftovers from last night from the masjid. That good biryani, the rice and the chicken. You got some hummus in there. Oh yeah, you know you like that hummus, my G." You sit in the bed like, damn, I do got hummus in there. And that biryani was hitting. No, Starfall, I can't do it. Shaitan's in the jail cell like, "Hey, it's in there. You can make it up. It's just one day." You're like, you know what? Okay, I'm going to make it up. By the end of Ramadan, you like, damn, I got a whole week and a half to make up. Curse you, Shaitan. But that's how it be, man. Like, you know. It's the beautiful thing about the deen is always what you want to do. That's what the real jihad is about. The real Sharia law is the law that you hold against yourself. Free bars. You see how I brought it back around, fam?
Yeah.
Like Dr. J around the backboard, G. I brought the Sharia law from the right and brought it to the left and gave it the Kyrie spin. All stars out here. Freshman year podcast. We're going to kill the game.
This is freshman year podcast.
We're going to kill the game, fam.
Hey, rookie of the year.
We're going to kill the game. With that Luka magic. Have you ever watched him play, fam?
Oh, Luka Doncic? Yeah, I seen him play, man.
He's rare.
I like his game. He's got
different. He's got that Bob Marley speed. Cause you know Bob Marley wasn't fast, but he's crafty, dude.
Yeah, he's just got that. He just got like it's like he got street ball moves.
Yeah,
moves you ain't seen in your camps. You know what I'm saying? Like he gonna do something you ain't ready for. He gonna hit you with a fake pass.
It's also because he's already been pro on one of the best European teams for a couple years. So he come in the NBA and everybody think he's a rookie. He come here like watch me work you.
Right, he just won MVP over there.
His step back is it's just
it is.
It's pristine. That's what I modeled my sharpshooting shot rate off of. Luka. I was like, I want a 6'7" small forward that can just hit a nigga with a couple more, like boom, 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 boom.
Man, I was
just give me just enough room to just put it in your mouth. Stop for law. That's what I be thinking. that's what I be thinking. Put it in your mouth.
I was thinking, man, I got to get me a perimeter player because, but I like blocking shots. This is like in football. My favorite thing in football is getting interceptions. So when I used to play Madden, I used to love playing on defense.
Yeah.
I play the free safety and just, I know where you're going to throw the ball. Whoever gets open, I'm crashing it. So I like getting blocks, but I also like getting buckets because that's what I do.
That's what made the builds I made because I don't do all that crazy dribbling. I just want to hit you with a couple good moves.
I'm not into it. I can't stand when they throw the ball in and they just start doing dribble moves. Like you 94 feet, but you already doing dribble moves.
Yeah.
It's like, all right, bet.
I've already thought about it, man. I'm thinking about just making me a pure lockdown. If I can get one of these builds to 95. Honestly, I might wait till 2K20 and make me a pure lockdown off jump. Just to fuck the game up. Just to piss niggas off. Because there's nothing I hate worse than when I go on rec and I'm up against a 6'10" lockdown. Those builds, fam.
The small forward?
Yeah, small forward, 6'10", pure lockdown. You know how OP those builds are. You know how, but you don't need any skill for those builds just because the badges. When you have like defensive stopper Hall of Fame, it takes any build from I think 6'7" to 7'1" automatically takes his attributes down 10 points. I ain't got to do nothing. Just be next to you. Now the badges. Automatically, you try to use that badge against me, it has to be Hall of Fame just for it to be bronze. But anything under gold and under, I completely cancel out. I ain't got to do nothing. I just be sitting next to you.
Right. My only thing is, like, I would love to make an all defensive player, but
once
you get to the offensive end, it just
no, fam. That's why I said 2K is. I got into the wrong business because the way they set the game up. If you know your shot, you can hit. They gave the small forward defensive pure lockdown. They gave him silver corner specialist. So if you could time your shot, you can hit them. I done seen pure lockdowns if you got a playmaker or a build that has at least silver to gold dimer. If you catch it and you open. You can drain it from the top of the key.
I'm talking about, but what about like driving to the basket, getting these dunks off?
Well, the thing is, if you play good defense, you're going to get them runouts every rep. They still fast. I'm talking about, I think a 6'10" pure lockdown has like at least an 86, 87 speed without the ball. So like if the ball comes off the rim and someone grabs a rebound, you can just take off. And ain't nobody stopping you at that speed. Like you go at 6'10" too, ain't nobody stopping you. You dunking on everybody. I abhor the 6'10" lockdown. You just wait till you get into the rec center and you open against one of them. And it's when the grand badge light up too. You know what? I be wanting to shoot niggas on some fresh shit. You seen remember the movie Fresh? When he got crossed up by the little kid, he left and came back to the basketball court with that blicky and just started lighting up. That's what if I can do it in the pixelated game. None of y'all niggas be here when I come back. I'm lighting everybody up. But yeah, man. Yeah, we in some fickle times now. Fickle times. The next presidential election is going to be crazy. If they vote for that nigga Trump again. I mean,
that's what we said in the beginning. Like, the people actually vote for Trump.
No, that's what you said. I knew Trump's gonna win. And the reason why I knew Trump was gonna win when Hillary was named the presidential pick for the Democratic Party. Now, if he went against Bernie, he probably would have lost. Because Bernie, there's something lovable about Bernie. I remember seeing a meme where it said Bernie looks like that guy in all the science fiction movies where the aliens are about to attack. And he come into the office with all the papers and stuff in his hand, the briefcase and stuff falling all over the place. That's what Bernie looked like. You always trust that nigga. That's the nigga you always supposed to trust during the alien invasion is that one crazy dude, the old guy who's been studying this shit for years and is always disorganized.
He's ready.
That's the one that you gotta watch for.
I voted for Bernie.
I would have voted for Bernie. But the thing what I've learned over the years too, when it comes to the government, it don't matter which side you vote for them. They're still playing for the same club. Yeah. It's just the heads and tails. It's still a fucking quarter. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's just how it is. It's still a quarter. Yeah. Yeah, man. It's going to be interesting because now that people know who Trump is, he's already trying to weasel his way out of debates.
I mean, I don't even know, bro.
We got to get you up on some news though. We got to get.
I mean, I can
we
watch.
We going for the run for content king, fam. We got to get you together.
I mean, I'm here. I'm ready. You know what I'm saying?
Because I was listening to Joe Budden podcast the other day, and he was like, they were joking. They said content kings, but I mean, they got a good podcast. Deezus and Mero got a good podcast. Like, I'm trying to be up there with them.
We can be up there with them. You know what I'm saying? Hey, you know what I'm saying?
Not if you ain't reading. Not if
true.
you ain't watching the news.
It's true. I don't be watching the news, do I?
Hey, we gonna be on this social media tip here soon. I need y'all on Yusuf's ass. Like what you read today, fam. I need to see it in the comments. Did you watch the news today?
Bro, I don't be having time, bro. Make
time. Don't be like Smokey on Friday. This ain't enough. Make it enough.
Man,
wait, this ain't enough. Make it enough.
I just been trying to get my paper right.
Right. Same here. Working entirely too much.
But I'm gonna turn this content thing into something real. It's on the way. I believe.
I need to start utilizing. I got this Instagram app. I'm gonna tell you right now. I'm a fucking Facebook. Hey, y'all listening?
Facebook owns Instagram.
I just something about Facebook. It was fun while it lasted. To me, now it's like MySpace. MySpace was fun when it started, and then MySpace just got ridiculous. Gee, it's just got. And Facebook is that way. And Facebook is the bane of, I'd say, American existence.
Everybody's right now. Everybody.
Only thing on Facebook is memes.
Cat videos.
Fights. There's always some fights on somebody getting knocked out, which I ain't gonna lie, I enjoy watching the nigga get knocked out once or twice. Islamophobia, and a lot of it's the way I want to coin this phrase properly. I'm gonna come up with a name with it, but there's a lot of people who copy and paste inspirational quotes and black consciousness and woke stuff. And nigga, you ain't conscious at all. Your ass is still asleep. Crushed out your eyes. Decalcify the pineal gland, B.
Yeah. Everybody's on Twitter now. That's what's hot. Everybody like Twitter. I don't really like Twitter.
Twitter is lit if you got enough people to talk to. But if you ain't got no good following and you ain't communicating with people, it's not. Trust me, I've had Twitter for years and I've been wanting niggas to get on Twitter with me so we can clown just on Twitter. But every time I say, hey, hit me up on Twitter, or hey, get a Twitter page, no one uses it. I scroll through Twitter way more than I scroll through Facebook. I mean, because I follow my thing is, I follow a lot of people on Twitter, and Twitter be lit, timeline be rolling. Bro,
my thing is, why am I seeing people's stuff if I don't follow you on Twitter? And nobody had liked it. It don't got no promoted sign in the bottom corner. It's just a random person that I don't even know. And it's just like, bro, I ain't got time for this, bro.
What's your Twitter? I got to look at your app later because that shouldn't be happening. You should only see people that you follow. If you ain't following, you don't see it. That's just how it is. Man, that's one thing I do like about Facebook. There's a lot of niggas I unfollowed. I didn't unfriend them.
Yeah, you can stay friends. But look,
I saw somebody the other day. I'm like,
that over
all
there.
you gotta do is unfollow them. You won't see nothing they ever post again. For real? Yep, and then never know you did it.
That's crazy.
But I just don't. I mean, I get on Facebook. I'll scroll down my timeline once or twice, and it's like, okay, I'm done. Because now, like, memes are taking over. Some of them are funny. Some of them it's like, why? And it's just like, why do you? I just don't understand how someone could spend their whole day copying and pasting memes on their Facebook page. I know it's probably funny with you and your friends that you hang out with, and the friends that comment and like stuff. But nah, I'm cool.
So what you be posting a lot on Twitter? You follow a lot of people?
I don't post on a lot of stuff at all anymore because, like I said, the main thing I want to use is Twitter.
Right.
The thing with Instagram, I don't take pictures like that. If I use Instagram, it's gonna be like I was using it at one time when they made the 1 minute videos. I was having a blast with that shit. But nobody was liking it. No one was
Bruh,
really watching it. And I was like,
funny?
you know what? Okay, so if ain't nobody watching it, fuck it.
I was scrolling down your Instagram today, and I seen the video. I'm like, man, he ain't did a video, these videos in a minute, man.
That's all you need is a minute, my G. You can get someone some insightful stuff in a minute, G. I'm trying to tell you. Especially, I even lost Facebook friends off my little Trump rants I was going on with a minute. Oh man,
man, I've been having these rants. Hey, I'm about to start doing Leon women videos, bro. I'm gonna call them my Leon videos. So, bro, people annoy me, bro. So many stuff annoys me now, and I don't know if it's just now, and I haven't been annoyed by it in the past, or now I'm just like I'm tired. I don't feel like I don't know, like pushing it to the side, or like I'm just like I'm tired of holding what I gotta say in, and I'm gonna just go ahead and say it. You niggas get on my nerves. You know what I'm saying? Like.
That's what I wanted to use Twitter and the 1 minute videos on Instagram for, was just like random thoughts. Like I said though, it felt like almost a waste because, and it's probably I just probably needed to keep doing it when I was, but at the time it's just like at that time it was a great idea. It's good to know you liked it and a few other people liked it. I just didn't keep going with it.
Right.
And I need to get back in it. You know what I'm saying? But I think now at this point in my life, a lot of stuff isn't going on like it was then.
Right.
Cause especially when at the time I was doing it, I was working third shift. I was working with a fucking idiot. And he was giving me all kinds of content to go off of. You know what I'm saying? Because he would just do some dumb stuff, or we would talk about stuff, and it just sparked all these ideas. And I was like, I'm gonna start posting this shit, and I would just go with it. And I don't associate with a lot of people like I used to. You know what I'm saying? That's something I need to get back into doing. You know what I'm saying? I haven't been. I'm in the 12-step program, and I haven't been making meetings like I used to. You know what I'm saying? I used to make at least every other day I go to the meeting. Now maybe once or twice a week, if that. You know what I'm saying? If I get back into that, trust me, I have all kinds of shit to talk about because I am a type of person. When I went to EKU, they wanted me to be a lawyer. I wanted to go to school for philosophy. They told me the only thing you're gonna do with philosophy is write a book and be broke. That's exactly what. I forgot that professor's name. It's the first thing he said. Oh, philosophy. He said, you got the mind for it, but the only thing you can do with that is write a book and be broke. I said, oh, word? He said, yeah, at the time, my weed-induced mind was, man, I can go in philosophy, write me a book, and just get paid to talk my shit. I can get paid to talk shit. That'd be perfect. Just go around and just have these motivational speakers and just talk cash shit. He said, the only thing you can do is write a book and be broke. You need to be a lawyer. You're well-spoken. You can handle yourself in a debate. Be a lawyer. Only reason why I didn't be a lawyer because I met some of them. And it's not about what's true. It's about what you can prove.
Right.
A lot of lawyers do shady shit to win. Because that's what it's about, is being a lawyer. It's not about justice.
Not about right or wrong.
It's not about justice. It's about the win. Like one of my favorite shows. Same mind state. One wants to get money, one just wants to win. It's all ice cream, just a different flavor. You know what I'm saying? Like, and no, I didn't want to live my life that way. Like, whether I'm prosecuting or be the defender, you could be defending someone you know did it.
Right, you know they did it.
I know you did it, nigga. Look at the evidence, fam. And this is what you want me to go into court with? And so, like, at this point, my whole defense has to be set up to make this evidence not look like what it is and to prove that he didn't do it. I know he did it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can't, but they make bread.
They make bread.
But
bakery.
Like, and at the same time, at that time, I didn't want to spend eight years in school. Hold on. At that point, I already spent 3 in college. Like, you want me to spend another 8?
I spent like 5
and then I got to spend like $500 on the test. And if I fail the test, I got to wait a year and spend another $500. That's hustling backwards. I'm cool.
No, I'm not a school. I spent 5 years at a 2-year community college.
I spent, let me see.
I'm not going to be able to do it.
I was at Berea for a year, EKU for a year. No, EKU for a semester. And I think I did BCTC when it was still called, no, it was called LCC at the time. I think I did like a year there. And at the time, though, look, man, if there ever was someone who was a Wiz Khalifa before there was a Wiz Khalifa, you looking at him. That's all I did was smoke weed.
Man, I remember when I first seen Wiz Khalifa, a music video on YouTube, man, I thought he was corny as hell. Like, that's just my opinion.
I didn't know who Wiz Khalifa was until his first BET Cypher. And I was like, who's this cat? Right after that Black and Yellow came out. And I was like, this song is cheesy, but everybody loves it. And then I was on Dat Piff, and he had the How Fly mixtape with Currency. That shit banged. Yeah, that's when I got turned on to Cabin Fever. That shit banged.
He got some,
and I was like, "Hey, this nigga Wiz." He changed. He done changed the game up on niggas too. He came out. I'm a weed head. I'm a gangster. Now he's just a weed head that talk to college kids, and he getting his money. He getting his money.
But I don't know. It just feel like they put you in this almost like you get this certain amount of time. You're on this path, and you got to do everything on this timeline at this time. You know, you got to go to high school.
Well, that's the thing about time. Time is not. How can I put this without sounding like way off the wall? Time is not a real construct. It's a construct created for monetary purposes. When you really look at life before the industrial age, life before people had to go out and get jobs, time was pretty much dictated off of sunrise and sunset. What you did in between that depended on what you did to survive. So, like, if you had a farm, you would get up early. You would tend to your livestock. However long it took to do that, you did that. Then you would tend to your crops. However long you did that, you did that. Then after that, what was you doing? Whatever you did. You know what I'm saying? Because money wasn't involved.
Right.
It was a barter system. So whatever your craft was is what you used to trade to survive.
Right.
When people started getting to power and people started making businesses, they needed employees to work for them. Time was something that started to be something that was important. It's the whole thing about school. I think school is, if I'm not mistaken, is the etymology of it. The root word for school is SKO with the line over it. I forgot what it's called. L. I told you I worked 12 hours today. I can't think for real. But it's skull, or to hold back. Back in the day, by the time you was 14, 15 years old, you knew what you was doing for the rest of your life. Like, you were old enough.
Right.
People were having children and getting married and all that by 15, 16 years old. What school did was lengthen that to the point where you had to be at least 18 to get out of the starting phase of school. Then colleges and universities was brought in, and I think colleges and universities got important. And I got this part for Patriot Act. Universities became important during the, I think it was right before World War II. They needed scientists. They needed these people in these workforces, so they started to bring in student loans and all of that stuff. Also, there's this book. I'll give you the title of this book off air because I won't say it on air. But it talks about how, like, in school, I think by the third grade, they already pretty much know where you're going in life by your testing scores. They already got a good idea of, oh, this nigga ain't gonna be done with a plumber. You know what I'm saying? Like, and they set you up and put you in position to do these things.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, this is all this stuff. They have these socio-economical scientists, and people think these things are like far-fetched. No, these niggas went to school, went to college, and they study society as if it was an ecology. It's a living organism. You know what I'm saying? That's why political science, sociology, and all these things that you go to school for, like, they are important. Like, people think these things are just classes they have to take. But when you take these classes, you realize, like, no, these niggas, like, they don't just study these things as prerequisites. Like, they study the science of. This book talks about how television is a weapon and how, like, the United States government, once the television was created, they use it as a silent weapon against its own citizens to gauge, like, what the citizens will do. That's why the news is the way it is now. It's the fourth branch of the government. Like, if the news says it, you might as well believe it.
Right.
That's why I don't understand, if you're a journalist now, what's the point? Because you're not reporting with the news, you're reporting what you're told to do. Right. The government makes the news, your job is to report it. That's the reason why J.F. Kennedy was killed. I'm getting too deep in this shit, but I'm trying to tell you that's the reason why J.F. Kennedy was killed. Because J.F. Kennedy wanted to not make the news and have the news report what was really supposed to be reported. There's other reasons why J.F. Kennedy was killed too, but that's part of it. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's no. The TV is set up as a construct of control. School is set up as a construct of control. That's the reason why one of the truest rhymes you could ever hear from any rapper is Biggie, when he talks about you either selling rock or have a wicked jump shot. It's the only way niggas was making it out of the hood. Now, because of technology and stuff like that, now you can do anything. I mean, hell, if you code on the sticks, fam, play some PlayStation, you can make some bread.
Right.
The money's out there. Everything's out there for the taking. But yeah, man. Everybody is put up into a box, and everybody has their role. That's why I got out of my black righteousness phase, and I don't understand these woke people and all this stuff, because racism, another socio-economical weapon used to divide people. Because at the end of the day, when it all boils down to it, if we was to go at World War III, Armageddon, whatever, like, the color of your skin don't matter, nigga. We trying to live. If we went to a zombie apocalypse, like the Walking Dead type shit, I don't care that I'm black, you white, you purple, whatever. Like, we got to survive, nigga. There's zombies walking around biting niggas. Like, you trying to get bitten, you trying to live.
Yeah.
Zombie don't give a fuck what color you are. You feel what I'm saying? Like, that's just how it is. It's just real shit. But people don't think that way. It's used to divide. And I say this all the time. In the grand scheme of things, the ones who are in power and in control, they don't care about what color your skin is either. They care about the color of the money, which is green. That's all they care about. It's all a weapon. Anything can be used as a weapon. You ever played Metal Gear Solid?
Nah.
Oh. There's a Metal Gear Solid that came out on PlayStation 3. I remember I think it's called Sons of the Patriot. And it was talking about how, like, they was trying to figure out what weapon that Big Mother, which was like the leader of the terrorist group or whatever, the weapon that was being used. And as you play the game, you're figuring out this little, the storyline and all that. But towards the end, they find out that the weapon that was being used was language. Because if you can control the language, you can control the people. Mm-hmm. Yeah, better watch out, man. These video games be having message. They be having messages, fam. Y'all think it's just because it's a video game. Oh, that's childish. Like, nah, fam. They be spitting some facts on some of these video games. Grand Theft Auto 4 was talking about how, like, he said war. Like, war is for the old and bitter to send the young and dumb out to die for beliefs that don't even matter.
Oh, yeah.
That's part of the reason why I couldn't go to the army when I was younger. Now, once I was too old and I was like, I need the bread, I was like, I need to go. I think it was right around the same time Nafi went. Nafi went to the National Guard. I was like, I want to go to the Air Force. They was like, no, we don't take you after you're 27. I was like, damn.
For real?
Yeah, Air Force said, hey, that's where Air Force and the Navy. if you was to go to the Army, Air Force, or the Navy, because I had a friend of mine who went to the Navy. We'll just cut this out. I'll continue it after she opens the door. Beautiful thing about editing, I can just cut it out and just splice it. Hey, babe. We're going to wrap this podcast up here in a second.
I'm not worth much anyway. Oh, for real, dude. I'm beat up today.
You hear this?
I wasn't like saying it in like a bad way. Like, I mean, like, do your thing. Like, I don't need to be messed with. So I'll entertain myself.
Okay, go entertain yourself.
Hey, how are you?
But the best thing about being in the Navy is, I had a friend that was in the Navy, and he said, they wake up, they're on a ship in the middle of the ocean. He said, we wake up, we do our chores and our orders, and then for the rest of the day, we ain't doing nothing but playing Call of Duty. I said, do what? He said, yeah, man, it was cake. He said, of course, basic training and all that's hard and all of that. He said, but after you got a basic training, you get stationed somewhere, you're just out in the middle of the ocean. Nobody fighting you on the water anymore. I said, fam, that's brilliant. Because ain't nobody fighting niggas on water no more. Every once in a blue moon, you hear about pirates. But they ain't the pirates of like Johnny Depp pirates. So, like, you know.
Right. That's hilarious.
And the Air Force, they just take care of you over there, man. Like, the Air Force is super professional. So, like I said, if I was to go, those would be my two choices. But at the time I was thinking about it, I was already 31. And it was like, you know what do I need to do? And since then, now, I don't know, man. I realize that there's a lot of money out here. There's a lot of opportunities out here.
Right.
And this is going to be one of the avenues that's taken. And it don't have to be this podcast per se.
Right. It's just
if it is this, alhamdulillah. But I want this to branch out.
Yeah.
Like fingers. Like, trying to put my hands on.
Kinds of
Trying to get that bag, fam, by 40. Like, there's a certain amount of money I'm trying to be making per year. And I want to be making that money without punching a time clock.
Per year, not per hour. I'm talking about running up the clock.
I want to do what I want to do.
Cash flow.
Do what I can do and be good at it.
Can't stop, won't stop.
And just wake up in the morning and get that notification that says Chase Bank has been deposited such and such 000 something.
While
something,
I was
zero.
sleeping.
Yeah.
Run it up.
Run it up. Yeah, get that bread. But yeah, other than that, me and Nafi was talking about that. Like, there's a certain amount of money we need to be making soon. Because me and him still have this dream of us and the ox, us and the family going somewhere, just going and having a good time. Like, not worrying about what we're doing when we come back, how much we spend when we go.
Right,
just going somewhere and experiencing life and having a good time.
Right.
Why can't we? And it's like, you know, because it also, you got to understand, like, we made it. We come from an era where when I was 8, 9 years old, they told me that I either be locked up and dead by 20. That was the statistics at that time. You know what I'm saying? So, like, I was already programmed to think that I wasn't going to make it past 20, 21 years old. Because the statistics told me dead or in jail by 21. So when I made 25, I was all like, nigga, I'm 25. They told me I was going to make it this far.
All right, new unlocked character. That's crazy.
When I made it to 30, it's like, oh, God, I made it to 30? Especially the life I was living. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, I made it to 30. I'm like, alhamdulillah. At the time, I wasn't saying something. I was like, thank God, I made it to 30. And then, like, now it's like 37, G. Like, and now my big thing is, like, just nowadays, is with what we eat and what I've done to my body and what we go through, like, okay, if I make it to 50, well, what am I going to do? Like, when I do pass, will I be satisfied? You know what I'm saying? Will I be, because I know one thing about my death is I want to die without anyone saying I lied to them or I fucked them over. You could say anything you want to say about me. He was an asshole. He was a dick. He was arrogant. He was whatever. but I didn't lie to you, and I didn't fuck you over.
Yeah.
And for the most part, I'm not arrogant and cocky. I'm very confident in what my abilities are. You know what I'm saying? I know my strengths and my weaknesses.
Yeah.
And trust and believe, I'm gonna ride them strengths hard.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, for all y'all listening, y'all need to be on Yusuf's DMs, comments. Did you read today, my nigga? Did you watch a news snippet today, my nigga? Like, post news clips on his page. That's what we gonna do. We can post CNN headlines on my nigga's page. Like, we got to, because we got to get this out, my G. We got to.
I'm ready, bro. I'm ready to just.
We got to have our ear to the street, cuz. Got to have time, cuz. You gotta make time. You want to read, cuz. You gotta make time. Homie G Real be already 100.
I'm trying to make content, bro. I'm trying to get it how I live. You know what I'm saying?
And I will start my 1 minute Instagram videos again. I gotta be careful where I do it because in my job, there's certain things that can't be in the background. So like, because I can get fired.
All right.
There's been a lot of people get fired from my job, and they're not even doing nothing, just taking a picture. And what happens is like something is in the background. Basically, I work in a hospital, so like because of HIPAA and protected information, like certain stuff in the background can't be posted. Right. Thank God I don't wear like a shirt that shows like what hospital I work at.
Yeah.
I don't, but just gotta make sure my name tag ain't there and stuff like that. Because what happens is, there was a girl who just was holding a patient's hand and took a picture of the patient's hand and was like, I'll miss her, yada, 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 and out of there.
For real?
Yeah. They don't play.
They ain't playing no roles.
So.
Sheesh.
And I could also do my like videos when I come home from work when I don't work 12s. I used to make videos in the whip. Sometimes some of the best thoughts and best ideas come from just driving.
Yeah. For sure. We gotta start making this content. Bro.
Yeah, we gonna get to
all
it.
over the place. Like,
we gonna get to it.
I'm ready for you to start streaming on Twitch, bro.
When the thing is, let's go ahead and end this podcast and we'll continue on with that conversation. Right. So until next time, I'm your host, Leonidas Da Vinci, aka Donnie Darko, aka Frankie Barnacles, aka King Leonidas, aka I got so many different names, man. I am a one-man army. Believe that. You never know how I'm gonna approach you.
Y'all should have seen how he looked at that file, bro.
I'm like your boy on what's that movie? Smoking Aces. The nigga, you seen Smoking Aces?
No.
Well, there was this assassin of Smoking Aces. They said he was so cold, you never know when you're gonna shoot, when you're gonna die until he does it. So like, dude was walking across the street, and he thought it was one guy. He was reaching for his phone, and it wasn't him. Dude pulls out his phone. He's just talking on his phone. There's another guy that looks like he's in a wheelchair, and he's like quadriplegic. And so like he's like, I ain't get shot. The quadriplegic pulls up with two Uzis and starts airing them out. Hops on the back of the garage, hops on the back of the garbage truck and pulls his mask off, and it's like a white Scottish dude with a scar on his face. Like, that's how many monikers I have, fam. You don't never know how I'm gonna come at you. They say I'm a Gemini. I got all kinds of personalities. You never know what I'm gonna flip and do.
Man, we gonna make more content, man. It's your buddy B Jack over here, man.
So, assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. Until next time, and hopefully after we post these videos, we get some comments, and we'll have a bit more cohesiveness here for. We've been freestyling the first three, and to be freestyling our rookie year, we bad, fam. Like Ivo.
You ready?
Peace.